It's been a crazy, crazy 6 months in the city of New York. It's been a crazy, crazy few months for a lot of people. Now, this is post. This is COVID hasn't happened in this world of darkness, by the way. This world of darkness isn't quite that dark.
It's filled with hope and no social distancing.
It's for those of you who joined us for the virtual HorrorCon that this was kind of kicked off on, the interlude. You got to see what Delia was up to. After having performed a ritual that mimicked the beckoning, it made a ripple go through, and it touched everyone of 10th generation and higher in the city, and drew them, well, not to the east, as the beckoning has been drawing those of greater generation, those of, I believe, 8th and 9th generation feel the call. No, this was strong. And it didn't draw them to the east. It drew them to Delia. Because Delia put a lot of effort into her ritual. And may have worded it in such a way that it called to blood. And she may have used her blood in the process. Well, a certain Nosferatu, an individual who had been making moves within the city, had moved his way up to sheriff just a few nights prior. Had a feeling it was going to go down like this. Took advantage of the situation and liberally applied a crowbar to the most powerful vampires in the city. All the elders of the city, all of those in places of power above the 11th generation, found their way into Curtis's subway car and found their way to an intimate discussion at the end of Curtis's crowbar. Well, Delia has returned to find out that Curtis is now he's declared a very interesting title for himself. Curtis is an ostentatious individual. And about as New York as they come. So he wasn't just okay with being a prince. No. He let everyone know that he was Commander-in-Chief Baron Prince Curtis of New York, first of his name. Considering that, considering that the Camarilla is currently dealing with a very strong Second Inquisition, dealing with the loss of London, dealing with the attack in Austria. The old world is reeling right now, which being the Camarilla seat of power, they're kind of distracted. Curtis being Curtis, taking advantage of this. And pretty much, things are starting to evolve in the way New York tends to evolve in its own way and fuck everybody else. So Delia got in touch with some individuals. Got in touch with some people who owed some favors. Some people that owed money, maybe. And got together a new coterie to go and investigate things that were happening in New York, and Delia wanting to reestablish herself in the city. Seeing as in New York is probably the best place where you can get information for her research.
It's my home.
It's also, yeah, home. When she returned, she met with her coterie and her new coterie, and they proceeded to go to an Elysium. At that Elysium, Luke may have scooped the Scourge up accidentally.
She was walking aggressively.
In her petticoat?
The confusion was forgiven as Luke immediately put the Scourge down. And they were escorted to go meet with the prince, who was wearing, by the way, a purple velour suit, a la Purple Rain, because he likes jokes, too. He's a little on the nose sometimes. They found out that the old Steinherdt's building, where the Ventru had been putting together a blood bank, had been bought out by a pharmaceutical company that had ties to the Inquisition. And they were asked to go take a look. Well, Delia wanted to go get some of her blood back, seeing if there was anything that she could collect. So a small team assembled from this coterie went and infiltrated said building. It was a mess, as is usual in these kinds of situations. But the mess was fortuitous, as they were able to retrieve blood samples from every available clan that was in that building. Steinherdt's being a blood bank, and the new company deciding to keep that information intact. It was the next night that Delia and the coterie went to a gala at the Met. Because Delia had information that one of the remaining Tremere Chantries was in the Met. Situation being as it is, though, with the pyramid being shattered as it is, and now vampires above the generation in question, the structure is about as loose as it can get. The Tremere have not been so disorganized, so libraries open, time to start reading. And Delia decided to get her library. I didn't know how far I could stretch the library analogy, but I went as far as I could. I don't think it 100% worked. But, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going.
Dedicated.
Something payment overdue.
Yes. something late fees.
something reshelving fee.
Oh no. They found their way into one of the research sections. There was actually an abandoned exhibit that was down in the basement that had been repurposed into a chantry. It was there that they made contact with one of the remaining gargoyles in the city. A poor specimen, having seen better days and barely survived.
Made contact with fists.
And incendiary shotgun rounds, because it was one of the gargoyles that was defending the blood bank underneath Steinherz. Well, it had been graciously put out of its misery, knowing the origin of gargoyles. It's a blessing, really, and a mercy. They were able to convince the remaining Tremiere in that chantry to let Delia have access. So now,
We convinced him with violence.
Yeah, pretty much. And a damn fine dance.
spoken like a true Zemitzi.
Spoken like a true vampire, let's be honest now.
Yeah. There are certain vampires that wouldn't like to admit that, but you know. So now Delia has established a haven, has access to a chantry, and has decided to pick up where research left off. But out in the city, there's someone running. They're covered in sweat, beating down their brow. They're running through alleys, throwing trash cans down behind them. They're being chased. Their heart is pounding. Their hair is slightly slicked to their head as they slam into walls, making wide turns at full speed, not really thinking about accurate pathing through an obstacle course, and more just frantically trying to move at the highest speed possible. Behind him, a hulking figure chases, kicking over the trash cans with ease. Not exactly being the fastest pursuer to give chase, but implacable, it seems. And impossible to slow, as any obstacle presented is either easily circumvented or just shoved aside nonchalantly. 2 alleys, 3 alleys, the rain making footing difficult. A turn is attempted, and an old beaten up pair of Air Jordans slick out from underneath our runner as it hits a wet newspaper, turning to pulp underneath their step. Scramble to their feet. You can almost feel the breath of their pursuer on their neck. And that's when a blur in a sundress descends upon said quarry from above. Charlie caught him. Luke catches up a few seconds later. Delia walking out from around another corner, not really running, more of taking the intelligent route to keep up, as this drug dealer that had been chased is caught. Charlie wins this one. Proceed. He's knocked out for a couple of seconds, dazed on the ground.
No, we need him conscious. How hard did you hit him?
Hard enough to do this?
You hit him hard enough to stop him, then you take him to a secondary location.
Okay, fine.
It's easier.
Delia kind of shuffles over and leans down, squatting so that the long ankle-length dress kind of folds under her. And she's like, but I want to make sure. And she tries to, like, pull at his eyes, be like, are you okay?
He's kind of gaunt. He's, his eyes bloodshot as they dart around. As I said, lank hair. Once it's obviously going for like the shave under on, but only on one side. So like a bargain basement Skrillex that really should have gone to a barber recently because it's got like 4 weeks of growth.
Oh, you don't have the COVID excuse. You gotta fix that.
He looks around, sallow cheeked, and just what do you want? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want?
Your day is only going to get worse if you struggle or make noise. Listen carefully and stay calm.
Very good advice. But actually, I was just wondering what exactly are your what are you dealing with? What are you carrying? What is the word for drugs now? What
you just wanted a score? You just yeah. What do you want? I can get you. If I don't have it on me, I can get you anything. What do you want? I got and he starts going through pockets. He's up against the brick wall. You're out behind a in the small like service alley next to a bodega, far enough away from the street that nobody's hearing enough of it that they give a shit to go investigate.
It's also New York. You don't investigate.
Exactly. He starts turning
calm.
Small.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. He is mortal, so you're applying dominate.
We learned a thing just now. Look at that.
So it automatically works. He just starts to breathe a little bit, and he says, yeah. I got. He starts pulling out and emptying onto the slick concrete little saran wrap packets of groupings of pills and white powder, and I'll take let's have our first roll. Let's see. Let's go ahead and have our first roll of the new vampire season.
Oh, but if we're passing a bodega, we should also make sure to get a picture of if there's a cat to send it to Sloan. Because it's right around the corner, and I didn't check, but we shouldn't forget.
That's Clannis.
We definitely check.
Not every gangrel wants to see cats.
What? Well, this one does.
I mean, it's... Alright, no, every gangrel wants to see cats. Alright, I take that back. It's true. But you don't have to play into the stereotype.
My friend likes a thing.
I will take intelligence streetwise from everybody.
Would medicine?
No.
No.
No. This is definitely not like, you could tell if it was in a prescription bottle, you could have a lot of information and know exactly what to look for. These are in small packets and baggies.
Their
I will
marketing
accept
fail.
it as I will let you roll a intelligence science test, but
Yes.
you will have a 2-die adjustment to it.
This still gives me 1 extra.
I got 1 success.
Okay.
2.
We're re-rolling our
Yes.
zeros now, right?
We are using a modified die mechanic, so we are using something more akin to the Chronicles die system. So 10s are not the doubles, the pairs crit system. We're re-rolling 10. So yes, re-roll 10.
And in this case, it's which numbers are our hits?
It's still 8, 9. It is 8, 9, 10.
Alrighty.
Re-roll 10s.
1.
1? Okay. Delia and Luke have been out of the human drug game long enough
Here's a
that they
game.
don't immediately notice what it is. I mean, you recognize rock, crack cocaine when you see it, but the pills aren't immediately indicative of what it is. I mean, you think they might be.
No one carries tie sticks anymore.
Yeah, there's a you're fairly sure one of them though is one of them is a Ziploc baggie of little smiley face paper strips. You recognize, you know, acid drops when you see them. It's Charlie that recognizes that one of the bags of powder that this guy drops, it has it's not usually when you're getting something like crack, or well, in this case powdered cocaine, you get a purity. You want a purity that means it's, you know, you're not going to get yourself too fucked up in the process. There's impurities to this stuff, and it looks like it's laced with red. Like it's got a strawberry swirl to it in a way, and it looks a little bit more solid than powder. It's almost paste-like in the small jewelry store baggie that you buy to organize beads, and you totally don't buy.
They sell it at Michael's.
Jewelry organizers, okay? But Charlie picks that out amongst the pile.
Just gonna pick up the baggie. Go. This probably doesn't taste like strawberry shortcake.
Oh,
Just-
You want you're looking for like Red Bull or like
I thought it was jazz. Did they say it was called red jazz?
Red Jet? It's nobody's dealt that stuff in months.
Oh.
No, it's that's Red Bull.
Oh.
It's good stuff. You know, gives you wings, right? Yeah. I got. Is that the kind of stuff you're looking for? I mean, I could get you. I don't got any red pill. I can get you red eye though.
Could you detail for me what would be the pros and cons of the different types? Because as you mentioned, the last familiarity I had is months old, so I'm not certain about which is right for me. Yeah. Tell me.
You want like the pitch? This is the weirdest fucking buy I've ever had. Like you could have just asked.
That's true. Shit, we could have just asked. No, look,
I like
Luke
this
makes
way
fun of
a
my
lot
glasses all the
better.
time. I look like a cop.
Well, Luke was the one that kind of started this off. He noticed that underneath that shaved part of the hair. There was a specific old sunburst wheel style tattoo. If I remember, it was a specific. Ah, crap! I'm forgetting the name of it off the top of my. I can see the fucking thing. The hell was it called? Oh,
Yeah, is there like a handout?
it was called the Black Sun. The Schwarz Sonne.
Ah.
Yeah. Luke got angry, and the guy ran.
So, I have interest in this guy. Looking at Delia, I have interest in this guy for other reasons. So, once you're done, he and I need to have a little chat. But I believe you were seeking something specific.
Oh, yeah. So I still need him to be able to have a throat and a functioning like larynx and mouth, and so.
What the fuck are you guys talking about?
No, so
Does he
the
need
pros
to
and
have
cons.
more than that?
Well, probably yeah, functional cortex. Yeah. But not going into the biology of human cognizance. Yeah, the pros and cons. Which one is right for me, right? So there are 3 types. And I don't know jack dick all about anything other than the jazz.
Yeah. So you want a high that'll get you moving. You want the Red Bull because it gives you wings. It's like an energy drink, right? Like,
Listen here, you fascist little shitbag. Give the lady the consumer report she wants and do it quickly.
Let's go with
You want intimidation roll?
Yeah, I was thinking which way I wanted to run that. Because it doesn't feel very charismatic, but charisma is like your presence. But that being said, you are kind of flexing on this guy physically, so I'll let you. It's an optional toss-up to you: strength or charisma, plus intimidation.
Oh,
And I'll
that's
give
an
you
easy
a
choice.
+2 because you happen to be wearing some branding right on your fucking vest.
And Charlie did a fantastic chasey.
Oh, thank you. I tried.
Also,
That's
getting
why.
getting flattened by an angry Bruja in a sundress from a half a football field away.
Oh, and he's feeling it.
Oh, 6.
Luke is
Yeah.
big mad.
Oh,
Big mad.
I'm actually gonna roll resolve composure for this poor little shit now. This pathetic little shit. I should
Yeah, I
say.
have no sympathy.
Yeah,
Does he have a family of puppies he needs to go home to?
that's still exceptional, even if I use the 1 success I got to remove from your success pool. He wets himself. There is a distinct smell of urine in the air. Yeah. The red eye. If you want a high that lets you like see shit, but like not like just any old mushrooms, like see shit. Like the world gets brighter, and you want red eye, and
Pill.
red pill.
Very creatively named.
Yeah, if you want to break out, you take the red pill, and you don't have to worry about, you can see beyond, the possibilities and shit. Yeah. That's it. Usually people are already into it and they They just that's what they pick one. I don't.
Okay, well, I need one. Well, give me 3 of each, right?
I'm not.
What, do you not carry enough for that?
I wasn't anticipating that
Okay,
kind
who's
of.
your supplier?
I
then?
was.
You
I
know,
just,
if it's a wholesale situation, can't I just talk to whoever creates it, right?
I could.
Am I not talking to like a lowbrow drug dealer appropriately? Guys, help me out.
Not really, no. Gotta keep it slow and small words.
Mm.
Who is your supplier?
I pick up my stuff from the keg guy at the bar nightclub place
What's it called, dear?
it's, my struggle.
Wait, is that the name of the
Is
bar
it
or your life right
really?
now? Oh.
He just shrinks down real fucking low. Yeah, it's Yep. It's the name of the bar.
It's a fucking Nazi bar.
Oh.
Oh.
It's the only place I can pick stuff up.
Is this the only place putting it out?
I don't know.
Or are you just unloved?
Listen. I just deal around here. I
Brand on your fucking skull says otherwise.
My brother and his friends were getting them, and I didn't want them to think don't kill me.
Is this one of those situations where people get things tattooed on their arm and they don't realize this is like dumplings?
No, this is one of those situations where someone really doesn't particularly care for other people and is too chicken shit to own their fuckery.
Listen, I just deal on the side to make money, and it's the only place I pick up stuff. My brother owns the place.
Oh.
He's
So
like
your brother
he's shaking and pissing himself.
is the head Nazi. And you're just the pawn. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah. My brother Will runs the place. He bought it like a couple of months back.
This isn't near the Aces and Eights, is it?
That's the place he bought it from.
Oh, I know a place. Oh. Out of game question for trying to remember my memory.
Mm-hmm.
The Aces and Eights, I'm fairly sure was where we ran into the Thin Blood, but I also for some reason thought it might have been a place where werewolves were, and I can't remember which.
It was not a werewolf place.
It was the Thin Bloods. Okay.
Yeah.
Dead Zeke, right. Okay. Well, you smell disgusting. What do you have of it on your person right now? I need that.
Everything. Here. And
Okay.
he unloads a whole bunch into your hands. It's not just the ones that you specifically
There's just
asked
drugs,
about.
a cornucopia, a Halloween goodie bag.
Yeah, there's some acid. You're pretty sure there's a couple of baggies that have like 3 or 4 fanciful little They look like they're Castlevania themed. There's like a heart, and then there's like the little cross on brightly colored pills. I'm pretty sure it's ecstasy. They're all 8-bit like little stamps.
Don't make your drugs this cute.
That's what they do with the
Oh man.
Drugs is cute.
Listen, there's Mega Man E. I've seen it. So it's a lot of it's enough that you'd need 2 hands, but it's not a lot. He wasn't carrying to be like he was carrying to sell, obviously, but he wasn't any kind of like supply source. He maybe had enough for like 2 doses of Red Bull, 2 doses of Red Eye, and 1 dose of Red Pill.
That's the one that most interests me. Fiddlesticks. Well,
Sticks.
listen, there are things that I have progressed with. I use Uber. Do not make fun of my fiddlesticks. Well, it's interesting that his brother bought the aces and eights. That used to be, she kind of trails off for a minute as she's shoving this collection of drugs into her purse. Just like, I suppose, oh, wait, give me your phone.
His phone?
Yeah, give me your phone. I need your phone.
He was starting to like crawl away.
Oh, wait, no, hold
and
on.
then he
wait.
stops.
She pulls out a word
He
from
definitely
her
wasn't
bag.
going anywhere.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. Here.
She like throws a hard candy at his face while she's grabbing the phone. Suck on this. It'll smell better. Thank you.
Who carries Werther's still?
Don't
like
make
Werther.
fun
Charlie,
of
do
the
you
old
want
lady.
candy?
I sneak the Red Bull bag that like I've just been holding, and like I opened it a little bit to like move it around. I was like, I really shouldn't smell it, even though I'm really curious. And then just close it back up, put it in Delia's purse with the rest. Ugh.
We could try it later, but under specific circumstances. Oh, right. Phone. So looking through
Just
the phone.
man, it's in plastic.
I'm so.
Can't you brown bag this?
When it rains, you get contact highs. You've never had a strip of acid melt in your pocket before, have you?
Nope,
No, I can't.
definitely not.
Yeah, Luke.
It's a bad trip, man.
Bed? Is it? Okay.
Not really my thing.
Yeah.
Delia, are you done with this guy?
For the most part, yeah. It seems like we have to talk to Will, and she's scrolling through the phone, looking for either anything that stands out, but also for Will, the brother. But if there's anything like, here's my big fat drug dealer friends, but Will is who she's looking for.
Okay, make a wits technology test for searching through this phone.
One is a different day. That one was cursed. Hold on, let me go with my butter dish. Thank you. Oh. 2.
2.
2.
Okay. You find Will under Big Bro,
The big brow. There it is.
able to copy down his number. There's also another one that that sticks out. It's just Cap is the only signifier to it. But it just kind of sticks out in your mind, especially because it's in the favorites.
Okay.
And under the favorites, there's like mom, dad, Big bro. That bitch is an entry. He literally has a CVS number saved in there under favorites too for some fucking reason.
Walgreens is superior.
And Cap. Cap kind of sticks out.
Nosily just starts copying it over to her other phone. Yeah, no, I think we probably could just go to Will's bar, right?
Sounds like a plan.
I'm
So
gonna
you're
turn
done
ar-
with this guy?
Yeah, so I was just going to like turn around and get a picture of that bodega's cat for Sloane. Whatever you need to do, whatever
Go
other
for
matters.
Yeah, thanks.
Charlie, you want to take a picture of a cat?
I'd love to.
Okay. She's just gonna turn her back, look over her shoulder, and was like, "If you need help, be over there."
I march over to the guy and just grab him by his collar. Come here, fucko, and just drag him over back into the alleyway.
Understanding what you're probably going to go for in this moment, as Delia and Charlie go looking for the bodega cat, the sound of it's almost like if somebody took a 2x4 and hit a side of beef were to echo down a stone hallway repeatedly.
Oh, I have something very specific, and it doesn't require me to punch him at all.
Ooh.
Oh,
Oh boy.
okay.
My plan is to begin by massaging
Oh no.
his head right around where his tattoo is, to remove the hair and to bring it to the fore so that it's visible and obvious.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah, it's a Svartsona. It's it
And then just to make it very clear, to carve a swastika in his forehead with my thumbnail.
Ew. The old Manson treatment. Okay.
And then I pull out a spool of catgut and a surgical needle, and I stitch his mouth shut. And then I tell him very carefully, this will do all the talking for you. Everyone will know what they need to know just from the billboard on your skull.
Okay. So we're going to need to do a couple rolls. First, gonna need strength brawl to overpower him.
Sure.
He's going to oppose with similar.
Mm-hmm.
Oof, buddy. That's rough.
Does he get a
buddy.
bonus for being slippery from all the urine?
Yes. One bedwetter bonus.
Smells a little overwhelming for a
Ooh.
second. Like, ugh.
Ugh.
I've kept my heightened senses off.
It's New York, that's fair.
Just in case.
Something good to sniff here.
4.
You're easily able to overpower him. If I remember correctly, to use what you're using does require you to make a rouse check.
It does.
So please rouse for vicissitude.
Yep.
As that's what
And
that
remind me,
shit's
please,
called.
how rouse checks function again.
You roll 1d10. If you roll 6+, you're gold. You roll.
Thank you. Thank you, Hunt.
If you roll under, why didn't the cheer go off? Oh, it's crazy. If you roll under,
Oh, also that means bonus dice.
yeah,
I got a 10.
you got a 10. So you're good.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to worry about you don't have to worry about your hold on, sorry. I was finding out why the alert box didn't trigger for some reason.
Sorry about that. We're having gremlins. Lots of gremlins about today. Is it
You
something like...
fucking fed him after dark.
I think it's I'm slightly a wizard, right?
Yeah, files drawing from the wrong location, the cloud not operating properly.
You guys have gremlins. I'm haunted half the time. It's fine. Just
Yeah, it's just a supernatural
Just a-
mosh pit.
A regular day in old DLGville. Let's see if that activates now. By the way, I don't have anything tracked right now, so if players want to keep track of that, that's 2 bonus dice that you can activate. There we go. That should activate correctly. It was the old widget, like I was pulling from a URL alert box. Like that's...
Oh, that makes sense, because for Virtual HorrorCon, we needed to tap into our...
Yes.
Yes.
There
That
we go.
makes sense.
That's fixed. Okay. So rolling a 10 means that your hunger does not increase.
Mm-hmm.
Power goes off. What is and
It's resolve and protean versus stamina and resolve in the book.
stamina resolve. Gotcha. We can do that. Easy.
It's like a singular hair in my eye socket.
where that goes.
You're up against 1.
Yeah, well, I beat that by 3. I got another 4
Oof.
successes.
So yeah, you are able to
Here are your bonus dice.
literally,
Thanks.
as you run your thumb along the side of his head, it's almost as if what you're literally doing is pulling the hair out from the root, but just smearing it as though it was like hair shavings that had been left behind after a buzz. Just gets kind of pulled out at the root and just smoothly, without pain, just a whole handful of hair just goes away. And when you put your thumbnail into his forehead, it doesn't cut. It doesn't burrow. The flesh just folds away from it. And it's almost like he was trailing his finger through Play-Doh. There's a little bit of a ripple resistance at the front of the nail before it breaks away in the wake, leaving behind something that looks like it looks like split dry skin. It's not an open sore, but he's gonna need a lot of moisturizer if that's gonna go away anytime soon. Sewing his mouth shut, is there any vicissitude attached to that?
No.
That's just good old-fashioned brutality.
Yep.
Okay. Because of the situation as it stands, you're still going to have to make a humanity test.
Sure.
But... So this is resolve composure. I'm going to have you roll resolve composure. I'm going to give you a... gonna give you a 2-die bonus on this one because of one of your beliefs. Your conviction. That's it. That's what it was. Because I'm fairly sure one of your convictions kind of lines up directly with fuck these specific individuals right here. Leo coming back with the Kill Curtis meme again. Thank you. We'll get to Curtis. Calm down.
All right.
You fucking maniac. Thank you.
1, 2, 3. Shit, that's 5 before the reroll. 6.
Jeez. Yeah, you're good. You're good. I'd even give you a willpower back if you had lost one. If you had used one. Things cycle through your mind. Old memories. And it just... Yeah. Fuck them. This feels right. Even muttering to yourself, oh, what's the old phrase? The complacency of good men. Something along those lines.
Yeah, all that is required for evil to flourish is for good men to do nothing.
There you go. He's too terrified to scream. He doesn't really know what's going on. A bestial growl occasionally escaping the deeper recesses of Luke's throat as he etches into this poor shit's forehead. This pathetic shit's forehead. His calling card that he will be known for now. The pathetic shit, not Luke. Delia and Charlie get a couple of pictures of a tortie.
Oh, that's great. This one.
Who was hanging out near the bread rack. Sending it to Sloan.
Yeah, sending it to. Yeah.
Luke did well enough with his rolls that he's able to walk out of that alley, not a speck on him. There was no blood. This dude doesn't do that. And sewing doesn't really cause that much blood to spill. Anybody who's been to a piercing place knows, and Luke's familiar with piercings. But the three of you meet up on the curb. The 9 p.m. street light flicker just overhead as you stand in the western portion of Brooklyn right now.
Thank you for giving me that time. I feel cleansed.
I think the city's probably a little cleaner for it too.
Also, look at this cat.
Yeah,
Isn't it cute?
Sloan's gonna love it.
That cat is adorable.
Isn't it though?
God,
I love torties.
New York is wonderful. Right, but we do have. I know exactly where this bar is. If we want to, do you want to go bar hopping with me tonight, guys? Offers this like.
Sure.
I mean, I'm sure the brother's a
Go.
wonderful person, and you two will get along swimmingly.
I go wherever you go.
I know, but at least try and act like you're not here because you have to be. That's not fun. I've done that already.
Yeehaw! Let's go get him.
Do it. Anyway,
Hit me in waves.
I remember this as the Aces and Eights bar, which is intriguing because last I remember that was, well, she kind of like scurries over. She's like, that's Thin Blood area, or it used to be anyway. The last time, months ago, that this stuff was being peddled around, it was Red Jazz. And obviously, from the laughter, it is not called that anymore, and there's varieties, which is really intriguing. And I would love to know who's actually producing this. This isn't just normal, I don't know, cocaine, right? That the red pill was really interesting. Obviously, Auspex has to be involved with the other one. She starts, like, muttering about different, like, chemical compounds that could mimic similar things.
Delia knows she would need a lab
Yes.
and
Oh, absolutely.
time to examine what you have on hand.
Well, yeah, and I could totally do that back at home, but I could do that in my bunny slippers. I don't have to do that. But if we could actually talk to the people who are creating this, get a little insight. I mean, what the Thin Bloods are doing with their thaumaturgy is impressive.
What is the end goal here exactly? What do we want from these guys?
Well, if they could simply explain to me how they're imbuing the powers of multiple cross-clan disciplines into a chemical compound that even the mortals are able to have, I think that would be very impressive and opening up some lines of questioning that could be useful. No?
Entirely.
Well, do we want to stop it too? I mean, I can't imagine this stuff is good for anyone.
I wouldn't be upset by it, but we do have to make sure it's not anybody's current business. Otherwise, there's the possibility we will make a few friends along the way. Yeah?
I mean, causing a couple of losses maybe won't go noticed.
You know, there was a time where I accidentally maybe caused part of a Ventru's business to go out of business and change hands, and a lot of people don't like me because of that. So I'm just saying, if we're going to go shut down an entire other business, it's nice to at least know who's going to hate me at the end of the day for it. But if it's a completely independent venture, well then fuck them, right?
Yeah, I would say that.
Go, let's clean up the streets in New York. This is fun. It's like we're
This-
cops.
This
Charlie
is
picks
not-
up a piece of trash and puts it in the garbage. That's that one.
This is not how I foresaw my evening going, but
What? You
Fine.
can't pick up a piece of trash now and again?
absolutely I can. Hang on one moment. Let me there we go. I'll pick up like a cup on the sidewalk and toss
That-
it.
There you go.
There's definitely a cup. A
Yeah.
styrofoam coffee cup.
Ugh, I hate those.
So,
So we'd probably need an Uber all the way to the. It's about the Brooklyn Bridge, right?
yes, it was pretty much in the shadow of the Brooklyn Bridge. So it's a little bit further south.
Does anyone remember what, if that's fully within the? Oh, I feel like it's Alonso Giovanni's territory, possibly.
Politics actually would be the appropriate role for that. Intelligence politics, if you want deeper information, then maybe?
I don't know. It's just
I actually have that. Hang on.
I have politics.
look at you guys.
Look
Well-
at you guys paying attention at Elysiums that,
Well-
that Luke doesn't go to.
I pay enough attention to the names I need to avoid.
It's fair.
One success for me.
All that dice and
One.
2. Okay. That is Giovanni territory. With the way the New York structure has shaken out, the not micro factions, the internal Camarilla factions that have risen in recent nights in the past 6 months, as the dust has been settling. The Prince's Council being kind of separated from the rest of these factions seeking to influence them directly because they have enough power that there's no faction right now that can overthrow the Prince. Yeah, that's firmly within the Brooklyn Primogens territory. One of the stronger seats of the necro-capitalists.
Mm.
Do we need to let them know first before we go in?
I mean, yeah. Is it like really on the border, or is it like really notably in their yard?
I think it's pretty far in.
Also, if it's one of those situations where like the streets are transient territory to a degree, like you can't own the highways that go through your territories to a degree, because it's like if somebody's just driving through and they don't stop, do you have to literally stop and declare yourself to each and every vampire's domain that you go through if you're only going to be there for a half an hour tops in a car, never getting out? There's a lot of modern transport that throws a little bit of a monkey wrench into the old concept of domain and that tradition. But when it comes to establishments being in a place, yeah, then you're definitely talking about stepping into a domain.
My primary concern here is there is a non-zero chance that this place will be on fire when we leave.
Do they break fire code on the regular, or is that just...
Sure, yeah, let's go with that.
They should get that checked. God. Not my place.
The wholesome wide-eyed Bruja is such a fucking thing.
Were this another time, I would have no problem lighting their establishment on fire.
They might get a fine from the fire marshal if they don't watch out.
I found my tribe. But yeah, if we're super certain that we can't keep ourselves under control while we're visiting our friends in the Eighth. Oh no, I don't even know if it's called the Aces and Eights anymore. No, it's the Ooh, edgy, very edgy now. My struggle. If you couldn't, are you sure
you
you
know
couldn't...
what that's a reference to, right, Delia?
What? No.
My struggle.
It sounds like something you hear in when you pass the store in the mall.
Translated into German, it's Mein Kampf.
My lord, no. Okay, so then we'd have to light the place on fire, clearly. So the question now becomes, how do we light the building on fire without Alonso being a little upset about us? Because I have no necessary friendship. I met from a distance once. It was a very creepy affair, very intriguing. What they do with the bonds, not the point. But yes, okay, so here's our conundrum. I could just go back and test this out myself, but if the only people we know that are making it are in his territory, then we have to find a way to do this without lighting them on fire. Field these suggestions.
The other option is we let them know that we're going in there, give them fair warning, and offer compensation should we damage their property.
Talia slowly folds her phone out and starts texting Danny like, how much money do you think a bar costs?
Depends. It's a front for a drug business.
Oh, I don't
so
know.
It could be a lot.
I don't know. So if we're saying we're responsible for all damages, are we even capable of offering that in good faith?
No, what if we're not responsible for the damages?
Yeah, I just tripped and fell into a lit bonfire that happened to be nearby. Um,
I might be able to help a little here.
With the fire or the not getting in trouble because of the fire?
Yes.
Oh.
By the way, the text messages have been responded to. You know where to look. There is we set up a little text forum. So in character. I wish there was a way for me to have it pop up on screen like a boop.
Oh, that would be cute. We have to figure out how to do that.
To see if that's a way.
I
If
think
that's
that can be done, yeah.
So Delia opens up the group chat, I guess, is what she punched it into.
I don't think Danny likes the idea, so if Charlie, you have a better one. There's a lot of like firm punctuation, which leads me to believe
You did roll high enough on your politics test that you know that what Luke said rings true about talking to whose domain it is before you go wrecking shop. In terms of obeying the traditions.
I know it doesn't mean I like it. Without Liz here to do the talking, it's just she makes like this face. But unless Charlie has a really great alternative idea, we should probably stop by and talk things through first. But Charlie, on the note of fire and flames, what do you got?
I got a lot of practice being a distraction. And that sometimes made things go wrong for other people. But, I was just passing through.
You're such a doll.
So I could try, but I mean, if we think, Luke, you seem really kind of real sure about this. We have to talk to people first, so we can do that.
It's just the polite thing to do.
I do like being polite.
If we're going to be polite, are we also being honest?
I'm not a great liar.
I am.
I like omitting certain truths.
That's lying, dear.
But not lying.
That's definitely lying.
No. Just not saying everything. That's okay.
Okay. Well, the last time I interacted was at the Brooklyn Botanical Gardens. Does anyone else know the current... finding the word here.
You
have to
I'll roll this in with your last politics test as well. There is a basically there's something called the whip. Every primogen has a whip. That's the person who is in charge of getting everyone's their shit in line for for whatever they overview. Normally, within Camarilla strongholds, it's a clan whip. They get the rest of the clan in line when the primogen makes some kind of declaration.
Law of Tsunami just broke me. Sorry.
Damn it. So, the way it seems to have worked out in this regard, it's more of a local whip. A Brooklyn whip. They also kind of work like the seneschal for the local region. Seneschal, Keeper of Elysium are pretty much the same title.
Don't tell them that.
One's just a little bit more archaic than the other. So the you'd probably be able to get in touch with the Brooklyn Whip.
On the note of archaic, do we know if they've come along with the new regime's adaptation of technology? Curtis has the thing where people can poke in and let them know they'll be passing through without having it to be every single Elysium doing it in person. Could I just call this person, or are they still hesitant to adapt to the new way?
The Alonso comes from a very specific era of Italian immigration. Not very up on the current technology. Would still much rather have a runner do things. Because if the runner gets picked up, he knows how he can track down a runner. Doesn't know how to deal with somebody picking, He saw how Gotti got taken down, listening devices and shit like that. He doesn't want to he doesn't want to deal with anything. He does barely even trusts phones.
Very well then.
The Whip is a little bit more modern, at least. Does have a phone number. May accept text messages. But you're fairly sure they use a Motorola Flip.
Oh. Okay.
Is it a razor?
It's still got the little vertical antenna attached to it.
Oh.
Oh, it's a StarTAC.
You got to do the triple button texting. You know exactly what letter and how many. Three sevens is R.
They moved past beepers. I'm very proud of them.
Still got the singular branding on the back of it.
We're just all old. Thank you for reaffirming we're all really old. And I mean that at a game. Okay. Do we know the name, the number ourselves, or?
Through, whips make themselves available. There are certain positions within the societies that you have to make yourself available because that's how people get in touch with you. Otherwise, what's the point of having somebody to take your business if nobody can get in touch with that person? And then people are going to...
Well, you were unavailable, so...
Yeah, there's this there's this tendency if people are not given the opportunity to limit access creates crime sometimes. It's like streaming services. You actually reduce piracy by making legitimate options available. So make your whip available to get in touch with the Primogen, and you will not have to worry about people fucking off and doing shit without asking you. So pretty much every whip is accessible to some degree. You know where to get in touch with them, or you have a phone number that you can use to get in touch with them. You do know that let's see. I want to see roll. Let's see where you roll on politics. I want you to all three of you can roll this to see if anybody got the number. We'll do manipulation politics to see if see who is the smarty of the crew. If they got the phone number or if you just know where he is most of the time.
1.
You got 1.
Mm-hmm.
Nada.
2.
Look at you.
You don't know his phone number, but Charlie knows the after hours nights at Columbus Hall where the whip can be found.
Oh, wait. I heard where to find him.
Really?
Now that I think about it. Yeah.
Who is it, by the way?
his name is Ezio Giovanni.
I hope he's as well dressed. That's Cassandra and not Delia.
Seeing Zed chew and consume his lower lip when I say things makes me happy.
I'm glad. I'm glad it pleases you.
Strong Muppet energy.
Oh, it brings me joy. This is why you storytell, folks, to get these kinds of things from other people. They come here to let me torture them. So yes, you know where to find Ezio Giovanni.
Punish me, storyteller. Punish me.
And yes, after hours, they the necro-capitalists rent out weekly the basement, which is all. By the way, if anybody's ever been to a Knights of Columbus Hall, it's also a bar. It's.
I've been to a Masonic.
No, Masonic halls definitely. Masonic halls do have a bar sometimes, but they tend to have a little bit more. Knights of Columbus halls are literally like. It's like it's a catering hall with a bar that people use as a cultural get together.
I don't know why I assumed there'd be a moose head.
That's a moose lodge. They're similar.
Okay.
Just one's more Italian.
Okay.
Yeah.
The difference between a moose lodge, and a Knights of Columbus Hall are vowels at the end of names.
Okay.
As somebody who's been to both, they operate almost identically.
They're also fairly similar to VFW halls.
VFW halls, AOH, Ancient Order of Hibernians. I have seen plenty of
basements, apparently.
Yeah. Listen, I learned Irish step
Rotarians,
dancing in a basement of a Hibernian hall. What was that?
The Rotarians tend to be drier.
Yes. Yeah, the Rotary clubs. So yeah, in a time before the internet, people used to just get together at these, they were social clubs. And they would social club around certain topics. Moose Lodge was... I actually don't know the source of Moose Lodge. VFW halls were veterans.
Chat, you have a mission.
Veterans of foreign wars.
But also you had the Knights of Columbus halls, which are Italian, American, cultural institutions. Same thing with Ancient Order Hibernians. That's Irish. There's one for every major grouping of ethnic immigration that came to America. There's usually some kind of cultural hall, and when they bought a place, it just became a catering hall with a bar where they had their meetings. So yeah, the Giovanni bought this catering hall out, this Columbus Hall. Now that I've given a small history lesson on
The more you know.
Yeah, son of a bitch. All right. You know where it is. There's the thing is there's 4 of them in Brooklyn. They're based on population density. You know the one that Ezio Giovanni rents. Heavy quotation marks there.
And they only do
It's
it
to the
weekly,
north.
or is it specific days only?
Charlie knows it's every night.
Oh no, it's every night. You should be there. Here, hold on a second, and just take out my phone and pull up Google Maps. Look up Knights of Columbus, Brooklyn, and then I just kind of pinch it and zoom in and just go. No, wait. Oh, nope. Hold on. Too far. There, that one. And just show.
Oh, okay. Well, I suppose we could just do that then.
It is a squat building with the same roofing like frontage as like a Waffle House that like half the building is like brick and then there's just this like roof tile overhang as like an awning that's only about like 6 inches off the goddamn building. There's no reason for it. Can't.
Quick, someone take a picture and send it to Sloan.
And then it's got a flat roof. So there's like no reason why it even has that fucking thing. But it's got the signage out front. Easy to see on Street View and on Google Maps. You could get there easy if you wanted to. It would take you about 45 minutes to get there. Seeing as you're pretty much halfway between the bar to the south and the
well, equidistant between two.
Yeah, the Columbus Hall to the north.
Time
So
to
do we need to call a cab or
Yeah.
are we walking?
I mean, I
The
don't.
red wagon.
I don't know if there's like a subway we could take, but a cab's probably easiest.
Are we calling our guy?
Oh, there's 800 cabs on the street. We do not need to make Steve suffer another night of us. Poor dude.
What?
Do we just want to flag down a cab? Because I can help there.
I like that proactive thought process. Yeah, that's good.
Okay, I can do that. And I'm just gonna go over to the curb. And I'm just gonna be like, cab! And I'm gonna turn on awe.
Jesus Christ.
As 12 cabs run over the curb and
Just some guy in a minivan pulls over too. It's like it's two yellow cabs, a black cab, a black town car with somebody in it.
Get out, throws.
That you can hear them inside be like, "You're close enough, get out." And then just some dude in a minivan like, "You want to ride?"
Charlie in her little sundress is all happy. Just...
What color is the sundress?
Dude, I never thought how useful all would be in hailing a cab.
Oh man, that would be
You're welcome.
great.
Damn.
It's like a little burnt orange sundress. Just like, oh, well, does anybody have a preference of cab?
I don't know. This is a new problem.
I like the one where the rich guy got kicked out.
The town car.
Fair enough.
All right, that's the one you like, Luke. Let's go. And just
Wouldn't want it to be for nothing.
Some dude gets out. Some guy in a suit is like getting out, really confused. Sees Charlie, who has awe activated, and then it's just like, "Oh yeah, no, it's yeah, I'm close enough," and like holds the door.
walking's good for you. Don't worry.
Yeah,
Just
I could
trying
use
to convince him that it's a good idea that he gets out and gets an exercise.
Oh my god.
And then just lets everybody get in the cab and gets in the cab last.
3, you get in, door closes.
I wave to
Very-
the guy as we go.
Yeah, very a very nice guy in the front seat. Where you headed? Where can I take you?
Oh, we're heading to. Where'd you want to go first?
The hall, right?
Okay. Can you take us here to the Knights of Columbus? And I take my Google Map and I still have it up and I show the driver.
He looks at. Oh yeah. No, I got you. He looks back. I want you to roll charisma persuasion. Add your awe
Excellent.
dice for your presence.
Okay.
Because I want to see how confounded and ensorcelled
Ensorcelled.
this individual was. That's what the term means, by the way.
It's just a word. It's a weird word.
Yeah, originally sorcerer just meant somebody who controls minds.
Presence.
That's all it meant.
Culture and words are
Mhm.
interesting.
I like words.
Trying to...
I learn words well.
Here, Connery, you get a Jolly Rancher for
Oh,
using
boy.
a vocab word off the word wall.
Thank you.
You just had a Jolly
Uh,
Rancher there.
No.
I do. Yeah.
Connery, I'm just trying to figure out what I need to add for awe. I'm just having
Okay, so what
issues.
awe does is it
figuring
adds your presence dots as dice to your social tests.
Oh, that okay. I was looking in the wrong place. Yay! Okay. I'm the new one. And on Sundays, I'm the nice one.
I mean, you're pretty nice this one, too. That just means the next character you make has to be a real scumbag. I'm gonna live for that.
Oh, man. Well, I guess this means we're not gonna crash into anything. 1! I
Okay.
rolled 1 success. Out of 7 dice.
Ooh.
He starts driving, and about halfway through you see him go, "Oh shit," and then he turns on the meter.
Oh, nice.
I wanted to see how distracted he was by trying to impress. So you have a short car ride if you wish to discuss anything.
So, I think Charlie probably ought to do the talking.
I agree. You clearly excel at this.
I mean, all I did was hail a cab, but I can definitely try. I kind of was trained a little bit to learn how to talk to people.
What, like a class, or were you like a public speaker?
Well, I do a lot of public speaking. I mean, I did end up in the paper for a reason. Oops. I mean, I did end up in the paper before
Yeah, that was the real
this
question.
started. But...
After would be problematic. Not to say that it couldn't happen, but it would still be problematic.
Well, I mean, I was taught by my sire to keep an eye out for photographers during rallies, but I did get kind of pissed off one day, and I got a little distracted, and you guys weren't there to see what happens when I get mad. But that's okay. I would rather that. I still need to get rid of that jumpsuit. Anyway, so yeah, that's kind of why it got brought up last month that I was in the paper. But normally I'm really good at not being in the paper.
Okay, so rallies. Convincing speeches. Okay. That's good. I'm gonna gloss over the parts where you're getting angry. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Basically, we just have to be like, hey, we have some business here. We're investigating something. We will try our darndest not to disrupt anything, but if we do, it may be fortuitous to you, because then that will be another business that you could possibly fold into yourselves if we find something's lucrative enough, right?
Charlie takes out her phone and opens a little, like, note-taking app and starts making bullet points. Just going, okay, we're investigating something. We're going to try really hard not to mess anything up. And if we find anything good, then it's lucrative, we'll let them know? Is that what we want to do?
I mean, at least that's like if they press and they're not happy with us being there, it gives them something, right?
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of favor for favor here, so I
Yeah.
guess that's pretty fair.
Usually the way of it.
Don't mention the percent chance of fires.
Yeah, definitely keep the fire part out. Also,
No, I don't talk about those.
in truth, there could be a lot of bodily harm that doesn't end in flames. So keep the option out of your mind, and whatever the universe wants, it'll happen, right? There you go. Oh, you did make that sign for the scourge, right? Sorry, I was thinking about
Oh,
other things. Anyway, yeah, that sounds good.
oh no, yeah. There's a lot of glitter on that sign.
I'm very happy.
like
She
it was-
messaged me a lot about
Good idea.
that.
Nope, I got it done. It's good.
You got a gun?
No, done. My throat went weird. I'm sorry.
Do you need a Werther's?
Out of game, I'm facing down, and my choker started to strangely choke me a little bit, and I was like, oh.
You got a gun.
Like, "Ah." I said it and went, oh, don't think I said gun. Please don't. Nope. Nope. Ah, shit. Anyway.
I mean, it's underneath all the cocaine, but like there's still candy in my bag if you need it.
Well, I guess
think
they are all individually wrapped. It should be okay.
Also, it takes a lot, for anything to bother us. Like,
The car
residual, like, probably won't kill us.
the car pulls up out front of the North Brooklyn. Hold on, I can actually get you the actual town.
Look at that, places that exist in the world.
Yeah, I didn't. Usually, I passed through Brooklyn on my way. I know Manhattan a hell of a lot better than I know Brooklyn. I'll just point that out. I usually passed through Brooklyn on my way to Manhattan. That's the extent. Oh yeah. Okay, I know where we're going.
That's good.
You're heading to the Jackson Heights Knights of Columbus Hall.
Okay.
It's I mean, people like to use terms like it's a bad neighborhood or it's a rough neighborhood. If you've ever been to Brooklyn and or Manhattan, like the difference between what a good neighborhood looks like and a bad neighborhood looks like is razor thin. And really only locals know, and it's usually because there's a lack of cabs that certain places are considered. It's either really racist or there's a high crime rate in that area. And because of
Although let's not
socioeconomic
quibble, the
bullshit,
two are the same thing.
yeah, exactly. Because of socioeconomic horse shit, they tend to overlap at times. So that is literally the one signifier of a place that would be colloquially called a bad part of town. Is our cabs present? Cabs still go here. But from the outside, it's the same tight in. Buildings are on top of each other. There's rarely, occasionally you will see a 2-person wide alley that you could ride a bicycle down with some difficulty because of trash or things like that. Occasionally there is a truck access to get to the back. Most of the time you just pull up to the front and there is a basement access elevator.
Things scare the piss out of me.
For like if some place like a catering hall would be accepting in a delivery of food or something like that. There's no like back entrance. It's literally a basement fucking access elevator.
Stupid fucking doors too that people leave open and you're walking and you have to walk around. Ugh.
The main light for the Columbus Hall sign is off, but there is a dim low obstruction lamp. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. It's a softer color. It's kind of an orange almost. and it's not as dim, but it still casts enough light that you can see in the area. To vampires, it might as well be a daylight lamp because of your ability to see in low light in general. Lights up the interior lobby, and for all intents and purposes, it looks closed down. As the cab drops you off, takes the half fare and waves the tip because you were such a pleasant ride. Leaving
That's
you.
not something anyone's ever said about me before.
Oh no.
Oh dear Lord.
How hard do I want a Charlie right now? Shit.
Always go full Charlie. We're on an adventure, Charlie. Gosh.
There's
Damn it, they
one
smell like
door.
kidneys.
It's that classic like gray aluminum, like matte gray aluminum door frame. It's got that flattened aluminum handle that's got 3 black bars on it to show this is where your grip goes.
Oh, that's nice.
With a horizontal bar separating the door between 2 panes of glass. It's one of those like short foyers. Like it's the size of a phone booth to walk in to then go into the actual place. It's usually used for double security situations. But out front, you can see on the inside there's a panel with what looks like a call panel, a buzzer panel, that mimics one just on the outside.
I walk up to the button panel.
Mm-hmm.
Does it? I mean, what's it say on it?
There's like 4. There's 4 buttons with those with just spaces, inset spaces where you would jam paper for a label. The top one has front desk. The second one has financial office. The third one has what is it? Fucking not appointments. Basically somebody you would get in touch with for scheduling. The word is escaping me right now for some god awful reason. And then the last one has nothing in it. Just it has paper there, but it's worn off.
Push that button.
There's no audible buzz, but there is a click of the speaker turning on. What you want?
We got business with Ezio.
Look at the camera. There's a small security camera with the red baleful blinking light of recording on it pointed from the interior of that little claustrophobic, I don't even know how to, I don't even want to call it a foyer, entrance.
Toll booth.
I don't know what to fucking call that. I just know it's for security.
A breezeway?
Breezeway. Even then, that's. Have you ever been caught in one of those waiting for your table? It's a nightmare. It just kind of points down at you. The 3 of you look up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dave.
Business or pleasure?
Pleasurable business. Hopefully.
You don't have to be fucking weird about it.
You're the one with all the cloak and dagger shit.
Hmm.
Oh no. Oh no. Ooh, the knowing twinkle across eyes.
Since Luke has taken the advance on this one,
Yeah, I don't know why I did that either.
I was so for it. I wasn't even gonna stop you. I was like, no, this is gonna be great.
let's manipulation persuasion here
Okay.
for Luke.
Yeah, it's good because, like, you know, they expect a certain kind of interaction, and then when they meet Charlie, it's like extra wow, wonderful.
I really want to thank Hunt for the 2 extra dice.
We're using those
Burning
bonus
them?
dice.
Okay.
I have a bonus dice myself,
We
by
have
the way,
one remaining.
because
One. Okay.
Ghoulie gave a point to the Scourge for arson. I'm claiming that.
Okay.
Or not really.
Okay, not too shabby, not too shabby. I rolled 2 10s, which helped, so I ended with. Portia wants me to give back the little points. Oh my god, there you go. So 3 successes.
It's a tie, so no advancement is made, and you get a. Considering everything that's kind of going on and what we do, how about a little bit of a go fuck yourself? How about that?
Only a little. You can do better. Why don't you come on out here and talk to me?
No response.
Charlie's gonna go around. Look, hold on, and just push the
Yeah.
button again, and
Yeah.
go like, would
I
you
step
be
back.
okay talking to me? And just still looking at the camera, just like big doe amber eyes, just staring at the camera.
All right, then. Okay. Charisma. Charisma, persuasion.
Okay.
For Charlie.
Whoop! Oh, there goes that dice. It's just behind me now. There's 1. I got it.
You hear the click of the speaker turning back on. Well, if you'd started with you, maybe.
Only maybe?
What are you really here for? Are you just here to talk to Ezio?
Yes. It is a business call.
Family business.
Family business.
There's a bing.
I open the door and
As-
hold it open. For
There's
the
a
other 2.
heavy click as you open the door.
Just gonna give you like massive flashbacks to Rockville Center. Just those apartments always had that horrendous. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
If the squawk box could squawk sarcastically, that one did, huh? So I'm holding the door for the other 2.
As our coterie heads into the...
I would like to point out also Delia's sense the unseen. Normally it's passive, but she is focusing as we enter this place. Knowing.
As you walk in, as you walk through the vestibule, just beyond, there is a small, like, lobby area. And a doorway, and a double door that looks like it opens up onto the most painfully 70s hardwood dance floor. Like, you're fairly sure weddings and funerals have been run in this room back to back for the past 50 years without ever having been renovated. Delia sees the doorman. Luke and Charlie don't. As standing just outside the door, Delia catches a whiff of ephemera. And I'll have you roll that sense the unseen now. So it will be composure awareness plus your Auspex dice.
Ooh. 4.
A broad, lurch-like figure. And you're fairly sure this might have been the mold that the term gorilla suit was based off of. Because in a formal jacket, tie, pants, stands a 6'2" apparition, standing sentinel just outside the door, hands locked in front of himself, shoulders back, and eyes beaming daggers into the three of you.
Delia kind of shuffles forward, her little ballerina flats making horrendous sound on the floor, and she kind of, evening, we were allowed in, and she's clearly addressing what presumably looks like nothing to everyone, but
He looks down at you and just gestures to himself, then to you, and to his eyes.
isn't that cool? Oh, okay, sorry. I thought we were just marveling on the fact that, okay. Yeah, we can go right in.
As Delia talks to no one.
Yeah, she kind of turned over her shoulder to mention it.
At some time during that exchange to nothing, Charlie definitely looked at Luke and went, "Is she okay?"
Yeah, she does this sometimes. You just wait until she's done.
Oh, okay. You just stand still, just waits. And then you get the signal and like, okay, let's go.
As the coterie enters into the Giovanni stronghold, we're going to go ahead and take our break.
Already?
Yep. It's that time.
What? Nonsense. No!
Your escort takes lead in front of Delia. Delia just seems to be walking wherever she damn well pleases. The lights are off inside the hall. Basically, it's all that's on is like that fire lighting, if you know what I mean.
The fake candle?
Emergency lighting in case of fire. Just dim lights that are just bright enough that don't require really any power.
They're both too bright for you to look anywhere near them, but not bright enough to actually illuminate anything.
Yeah, it's strange how it's able to do that. Around you, you can see that this dining hall, the main hall, must have been arranged for some kind of trophy event. You can see along the wall, there's a table that's just right next to the slightly elevated, it's barely 10 feet wide stage. you've ever been to one of these halls, if it has a stage, it's the whole band can't get up there. It's basically a stage for the drummer, and that's about it. Size wise, you can fit a kid up there, and if the bassist is lonely, they can kind of scooch into a corner. Next to that little band clamshell, I guess you could call it, in the wall, is a table filled with plastic, cheap trophies of some kind. They've got that lenticular green stalk, and with a gold figure on top, and the same plastic faux marble base with that plastic I punched this on with a fucking P-touch kind of award. And it looks like it's all a bunch of baseball players like finishing a swing, all in the same position, all looking in the same direction.
All stock photos of trophies are of this.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if these were all actually bocce trophies.
Yeah, they didn't have a bocce player, so we went with baseball because we all like the Yankees, right? Yeah, all right. So it must be some kind of Little League award ceremony is being planned for the next day, from what it looks like. Maybe a pancake breakfast, setting up the tables ahead of time. There's round tables with the roughest tablecloths you can possibly come by. Fairly sure you could start a fire with your fingernail if you ran it across the tops of these tablecloths. And it looks like it's set up to seat about 100 at least, maybe 150. The I don't want to spend too much time talking about this place because it's very stark in my mind with what I had to go through. So it's like I could paint this forever. Your escort takes you through this little piece of Americana that seems to have been left behind, and takes you through the kitchen. The burnished steel center table island, sinks and stoves, hanging pots.
Anybody working?
No. It's pretty much empty up here. And your escort kind of just walks over to a door and gestures to it.
We could go right in?
Gestures to it, never speaking.
Thank you. Yeah, we can just use that door. We can go right in. He turns to the rest of the group.
I hustle forward, open the door for the two of you again.
There is a narrow stairwell.
That's fine.
When I say narrow stairwell,
Julia
Whoever
gyrax
was
you a
talking
little
to.
bit, just like a.
Oh.
There you go.
Thank you.
Luke, do you want to go down first? You're letting me go first a lot today. It's freaking me out.
Sure.
Okay.
No, I can go first. That's fine.
Luke barely fits down this stairwell. You actually have to lift your hands up to get it over the railings. The railing is that tight to your form. The stairs are also steep. They almost go straight down. Any more degree of incline and it would be a ladder. And you go down you go down a flight and you find yourself
Somebody is fucking with us because there's no way these guys with these fucking custom suits and shit are making their way down this goddamn tunnel.
Actually,
That
this is
bad.
standard construction in New York City.
Fair enough.
Do the stairs have the railings on both sides, or is it just railing and wall?
Railing and wall.
Damn.
We're gonna parkour.
I was gonna do that thing that you do as a kid when there's two railings and you swing your legs for a while and you just yuck yourself to the next landing.
The mind of Charlie. It's been illuminated.
But she'd be real fancy about it because gymnasts. She just wee. But no, if it's just a wall, then no. She'll be good and just be like, okay, next time we'll find better stairs.
Dim, sputtering incandescent bulbs
I feel like I'm going to work.
illuminate this. It's halfway between a basement and a steam tunnel. Like, it's wide enough to be the footprint of the building, but there's a lot of piping going through here. If there's anything about New York structure is that it is claustrophobic and it is not updated. The amount of money it takes to upgrade plumbing and things like that in these areas is astronomical. It's a whole lot of band-aids.
How's the visibility?
In terms of your senses, decent. The light offers enough that vampiric senses can see in the dark well enough here. There's plenty of obstruction. Boxes. There's floor-to-ceiling shelving with what you're catching a whiff is just dried goods that are just about to go off. Like, there's plenty of cans of tomatoes, like just canned tomatoes.
Food drive paraphernalia.
Yeah, this is the pantry down here, it seems like. But there's a whiff behind it. Sorry, it was cat thunder just now.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody else caught that in the microphones. There's a whiff behind it. Give me a wits awareness.
Ooh.
Guys heard the kitty thunder on the mic.
Yes!
Boo.
One. By the way, I am disappointed in chat. We just discussed cat thunder, and I have not seen one person talk about Lionel.
Oh my god, Thundercats. Wow. We went there.
Anywho,
Alright.
one success.
3.
0.
Oh. You're just disappointed there isn't rails. Damn it.
Yeah, I'm too distracted by the tomato smell.
Mhm.
Ah.
It's like,
There's a lot of tomatoes. You're fairly sure, Charlie's fairly sure that there's a recipe for botulism brewing.
such a waste of food. People need this food. Ugh.
She's actually more upset by the crate of, you're not sure if it's broccoli rabe or just really old celery. It's impossible to tell the difference. That's how old it is.
Oh. Just
Hmm.
closed nose. Just I hate this.
Yeah, the botanical gardens was a bit of a step up.
That's a good thing
This
I
sounds
don't eat.
great.
Luke is fairly sure that there might be a fire going on in the basement. Because there's smoke in the air.
Mm.
But it's Delia that catches the specific notes of Havana within the smoke. Thick tobacco waft. As just on the outside of your auditory perception, you hear clinking.
Sounds like someone's having a nice night.
What makes you say that?
Oh, I just figured with the smoking and the clinking, it made me think of a gentleman's club.
Oh.
From
That's a
behind the
lot better than what
stacks
I
of
thought it
shelves, you...
was.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just saying that's a lot better than what I thought it was.
Wait, what do you think it is?
Not that, but that's fine. I think you probably know better.
Thank you.
There's a... From behind the shelves, you catch a quick... Hey! Shh! Wait the hands over.
Are you talking to us?
Whoever is being loud by the stairs, shut the fuck up. I'm thinking. Your escort hooks a thumb into a gap between the shelves. The escort that only Delia sees. It being a bound wraith and all.
Over there.
Are you pointing at me or?
Both of you.
Oh, okay.
Just
I do my best to follow
quietly.
Delia's instructions and quietly step forward through the gap.
Walking through the
very,
gaps in the
very
shelves.
quietly.
The shelves frame after like 3 or 4 no, 4. After 4 racks of dried goods shelving, and honestly there's some vegetables that just should be in a freezer or in a fridge. There is a card table set up in an open area in the middle, an overhead lamp shining down. Sitting around it with their jackets on the backs of the chairs, about 6 well-dressed individuals hold cards. The clinking you were hearing was the shuffling of chips on the table. Several of them with cigars smoldering in ashtrays. As one of the individuals call slides a bunch of chips forward, lays down cards. 2 pair, 3 high. Yeah, the guy just kind of looks at him. Really? 3 high. That's what... 3 high... Look at this fucking guy. 3 high. Two pair... 9 high. What the hell are you doing, Vinny? And he just starts pulling the chips in. It's like, it was 2 pair. That's a sucker's pair. Come on, 3 high. Should have folded. Moving his stuff in, putting that much in. This individual who's doing this looks like if you were to combine Frank Sinatra with a talk show host. So, like, if Johnny Carson and Frank Sinatra did a fusion dance, he's got that just slicked back. Yeah, if you can imagine that happening. Slicked back hair. A slightly receding hairline. But not enough to make him want to do something about it. But enough that you notice the Widow's Peak becoming quite the mountain in the near future, should the hairline recede. He's taking money from a rather rotund guy on the other side of the table, who looks flustered, upset. A rather low end of chips on his side of the table. The other individuals at the table are varying degrees of meat. They're all broad individuals. This is a painting of what some people would call the OBC, the Old Boys Club. Make wits awareness tests.
See. Oh.
And you bet your ass that one of them is Joey Bag of Donuts.
0.
0?
Zero.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
We don't see shit.
No one invites us to play cards.
They're all wearing... Their dress shirts are kind of loose. Like they bought triple XL when 2XL would have sufficed. They all wear suspenders. That's the main way you can tell the difference between them, because each of them has a slightly different maroon-ish kind of suspender. Like, that's how they show their personalities in their suspenders, apparently. Because they're all wearing black ties. Some of them, their collars open with the tie hanging down. The one taking the chips, shaking his head, the Sinatra-style talk show host, has his sleeves rolled up. And he's just shaking his head in disappointment. Without looking up from his chips as he's stacking them, you catch the others kind of side-eyeing you. Not really paying attention to the game anymore. This guy grabs the deck of cards from the person to his right. That's right. Blind goes, deal goes the other way. So he grabs the cards from the right, starts shuffling, looking at the table, assessing chip totals of the rest of the guys at the table. Says, so now that we're between hands, what the fuck do you want?
Do any of these look like Anthony or Septino?
No.
Okay.
I quietly sort of, I'm like stepping back so as to put myself slightly behind Charlie, and as I do, quietly whisper, "You're up."
Good evening, gentlemen. I'm sorry to interrupt your game. I was hoping to talk a little business really quickly, if that was okay.
That's what we're here for. Only business, guys, right? AKA, you're giving me your money, right? Yeah, alright, yeah. Dumbasses, yeah. Alright, big blind's on you. Alright, what do you want?
Well, we just want to let you know that we're going to be in your domain, obviously, for a little bit of an investigation, if that's alright.
And, who are you?
Look over at Delia.
Delia Brooks. Hi.
Oh. Oh, yeah. You're Curtis's broad.
I was at your beautiful botanical gardens get-together.
When he says Curtis's broad, I like swell up a bit. Like I start looming.
Everybody at the table, as soon as he said that, gave that, and everybody's gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. The group of guys who are not on the in-joke, like laughing at obviously not an in-joke, All of them kind of chuckling in derisive unison. Okay, so you got a new mouthpiece here, I see. All right, fine.
This
Not
is
bad.
Charlie.
Nice to meet you, Toots.
Pleasure to meet you.
This is Luke.
Hi.
Hmm. So what brings you to our neck of the woods?
We were gonna do a little investigating into one of the bars here.
I have, some old acquaintances that used to be at the Aces and Eights, and I heard it was a new management, and we didn't want to go checking it out, considering the new lay of the land. Without saying something.
Aces and eights, aces and eights. Hey, but hey, that was you, wasn't it? What? I needed to make the sale. You said that they were out on the outs. They needed to pay up. You do know what that means, right, asshole? Aces and eights. That's at what's that biker place? Yeah, we recently changed ownership of it. Why?
Do you own it yourselves? Is this now a Giovanni Prospect?
No, we made a deal with the new proprietor that they would continue our appropriate supply lines through the location. 20.
So, that's unfortunate. We were actually interested in some of the wares that was going through that bar. An unfortunate fellow may have dropped some in our path. We just had to pick it up.
You know who I appreciate? As
Hmm.
he's looking over cards, looking at his pocket. You know, everybody talks about Thompson. I like Browning better. Use a larger caliber. Same output. Everybody kept talking about the Thompson. I don't know. It was the Browning. And it's at this point that you notice in the shadows, there's about 3 or 4 individuals not relaxed entirely, but on guard, holding what look like they might be rifles around their hips.
I mean, are they BARs? 'Cause those things are fucking huge.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's a rifle, as far as you can tell. Yeah.
Haribo.
Yeah. This is so when it comes to our particular type, we're not bulletproof. Yeah. These make sure it happens a lot faster too. So this next line of questioning that you got coming forward, I want you to think about the inspiration for my business dealings, Mr. Browning. Oh, Thirsty. A young looking like you'd think he was a page boy out of like a newsie. Somebody dressed out of time. Walks over, head hung low, just rolls up his sleeve and just holds his arm out. And you can see angry puncture wounds on his forearm that don't heal. You make a intelligence occult test. You might be able to know something about this now that you see it.
To use my White Wolf lore. Shit. Hang on.
Yes. Please roll to see if Zed can access his own knowledge.
Yes, exactly. 3.
Same.
2. You all know about the painful kiss. The Giovanni... When vampires drink, they normally put their victims, we'll use for now, although consensual drinking does exist, but we'll call them victims for this instance, are put into a state of momentary bliss. There are those that can even harness it, making it linger for extended periods of time, putting them under their throes. The Giovanni clan weakness, their bane, is that their kiss brings no pleasure. It brings only pain. And the wounds don't heal the same way. Normally a vampire can bite and just lick it away, and the wound goes away. The Giovanni, who are members of the Hecata, do not get to do this either. The wounds remain. So this young, probably 15-year-old revenant family member is essentially a blood doll. As in a bit of a power move, he just kind of grabs the kid's arm and bites in. And the kid winces hard. And does everything he can to not just cry out. As he drinks and awaits your response.
I think you misunderstand our purpose here. I have a scholastic interest in your line of product. Nothing to worry about. But if I were to maybe speak with the person producing your wares, maybe I could even improve it. Or speak kindly to it to Curtis.
He opens his mouth and you can see the he's got 2 sets. His canines and his lateral incisors are both serrated.
Like the one that's slightly shorter, and then I like that aesthetic.
Blood dripping down his lips as he throws the kid away. It throws the kid's arm, and the kid almost spins in place and kind of holds his arm and runs off to the side. He reaches behind him into his jacket and pulls out a red handkerchief and just kind of dabs at his mouth. Your scholastic concerns aren't any of mine. So, you want to go to the Aces and Eights. Or whatever the fuck it is now. What is it now? And Vinny just kind of... Place called, My Struggle. My Struggle? Fuck, is it some kind of commie bar?
Nazi.
Excuse me?
Nazi bar.
It's a Nazi... It's a Nazi bar. Vinny. Vinny. He's just sitting there like...
Oh, look, a dust bunny.
Playing with his chips a little bit. Vinny, you do know that It didn't go well for us last time we paired up with them, right? I know, you said to sell the place, because, the guy was in debt, and we needed it. You buy it so we... I'm gonna talk to you after this, we're talking. Okay. Here's the deal. Let's say I don't give a fuck about this place now. What is it that you want with this place? Why specifically are you guys? Is it just to find out what are you interested in taking up the trade? You want to come over to the necro-capitalist side of the street? Want to make some money on this? Or are you just curious?
I am intrigued by the process. The item, what you're producing itself.
Well, that is proprietary, and we are willing to discuss disclosing our process for price.
Did you pay your Thin Bloods who make it?
Make a,
Get my ass in trouble. So, Charlie, help me, dear God! Why am I talking? This is why I've been hired to people. I'm sorry. Oh God. Just Luke and Delia just yelling at people all the time.
All of our downtime is now just going to be rehearsing these kinds of situations.
All right, Charlie, show me how to smile again, because mine keeps looking pained. I get this weird twitch on the side of my face every time.
Pick the cheeks up.
Alright.
You're not like that. We'll practice
need-
at home.
Crap.
I need charisma
Oh, yeah.
etiquette.
Oh man.
Do you
Negative
have dice?
2 dice.
So, let's say I use the new thing that we literally put down for this season. Could I then make that dice pool better for myself?
With the bonus dice?
Is
Yeah.
that how that works?
Yeah. The cap is 3.
Cap is 3 now.
The number of bonus dice you can add to any roll is 3.
From
Okay.
any variety of sources, right?
Yeah. So willpower or bonus dice. I don't
Or
want
blood.
to remove willpower as a resource for this, though. That's the point.
Yeah.
Minus 2. Only 1. So, then I have to do the rouse check to surge.
No.
No? Okay.
No.
That's a new
no.
toy.
Oh, you wanted to blood surge.
Yeah. For my pool, to make my pool better. I have nothing charismatic.
Oh, you have bonus dice from the chat. I thought you were talking about using that.
Oh, no, I was talking about, the other thing.
Oh, that's for physical tasks.
Oh, that's only physical things?
Fairly sure that's physical tasks. If one of my players who is currently not talking to me right now about this, look up Blood Surge in the V5 book for me. I would like to shop out that
That's
research
jock bias.
quick.
I would like to say the nerds disapprove. Okay. So normally if it was just the charisma, what now?
Charisma etiquette
And then minus what?
-2.
That would be a chance die for me.
Well, you can use like I said, you can use the bonus dice from the pool if everybody says it's cool for you to bonus dice from the pool.
I'm fine with that.
Any vampire can call upon their blood to temporarily increase their attributes, whether physical, social, or mental.
Oh. So
So-
you can surge.
So if I went up by 1, that puts me at 3, so the surge would give me... How much?
2 dice right now.
Okay.
It's
So
based on your blood potency.
So what's your blood potency at?
it would be 3.
Oh, you also want to do... Oh. You also want to do power of... blood of potency. Okay. You rouse first.
Yeah. I'm hungry.
Increase your hunger die. Increase your hunger pool.
It's fine.
Now you roll blood sorcery plus resolve, I believe, is the
So
pool.
it is your blood sorcery resolve minus your current blood potency.
Okay, so
So-
roll that pool.
3 minus 2.
Tremere bullshit is happening.
Oh, that's way better. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, Tremere can go Krynos.
3. So you increase your blood potency to 5. Now you can rouse to surge.
And I'm fine.
And your blood potency 5 surge will get you 3 dice.
So that's 3 dice added.
Yay. I have
And you
3
can
dice
still use
now.
bonus dice from the chat if you want to as well.
What do you think, guys?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm fine with that.
Yes, hashtag Tremere bullshit.
Yeah. Pretty much. I appreciate all the Tremere memes. I've been getting
Fucking
tagged in again.
Path of blood. It was Delia all along.
2? Does 2 sound good? I don't like that die. I want to use this one. Friends? Family?
Yep, you're good.
I was
I'm
just
fine with
asking
you.
if 2 sounded good.
Do the thing.
Yay, already. Yeah. 2. 2.
Path of blood bullshit. Alright.
It's my field of study. Nothing weird here.
Delia's presence. The best way I can describe it is she becomes more solid in reality. Almost as though her presence carries a weight on your mind. I'd like to point out there is a Tremere and a Zemitzi sitting side by side for this game, and it is giving
New York-
me a lot of vibes.
Very
New York,
progressive.
New York does as New York is
Yeah.
gonna do.
Yeah.
I'll just point out. So long as Delia doesn't go making any gargoyles. Anyway, he
It's fine, I promise. It's
leans.
not my thing.
He leans on the table for a second, looks up at you, says, "Okay, so you are a little informed." We within the necro-capitalist conglomerate like to make sure that those who owe us pay their debts, whether they pay them now or after they're dead. There are some that are living a much better lifestyle because of our generosity. And they're paying us back for that generosity. So long as our assets are not significantly harmed in your visit to... What's the place fucking called again? My struggle?
Aces and eights sounded better. I think you should change
Ace and eights
it.
does sound better. You know? Learn something. Vinny.
Jesus Christ.
We're gonna fucking talk. So long as none of our assets, our prized assets,
The ones that matter?
yeah, materials, personnel, the place is insured. Right, Vinny? Yeah, I'm not that dumb. Not. Ah. Better fucking believe it's insured. You better start making phone calls if it isn't.
It's a how long of the ride is it from here? To Aces and Eights?
You know it'll take you about, like, hour and a half, maybe, if traffic is bad.
She pulls back her wrist to look at a little watch modestly. You have like an hour and a half to figure out your insurance adjustments.
Vinny's like, cash me out. I'll be right back. Drums on the table a little bit, gets up, grabs his coat, gets a phone out of it, and starts running for the door. Whatever happens, happens, huh? Like I said, personnel and materials. The property is insured one way or another. Make sure it's just for the night. And then we're done. You have this dispensation. Go.
Thank you. She like
Thank you so much.
awkwardly pats for an arm whoever ends up being next. Okay,
Grabs Charlie. Two of you.
this has been lovely. Yeah. Good to go though.
Sal will see you out.
Oh, Sal.
The Spectre just kind of nods and then hooks his head in the direction of the stairs.
This is important notes apparently to me. Is the name of the
Yeah, the Wraith's name is Sal.
Shut up! It's important. One day I will remember. What if we have to come back here and I have to be like, I want to be able to say hello.
His shadow's name is Laz.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Not only
That is some White Wolf nerdy shit, dude.
I don't know what's happening.
anybody who got that joke, you get nerd points.
Fuck.
I
I'm
clearly
just
hear
enjoying
the
wow.
This
Go-
is,
go
this is a
check
joke
out
for
the-
two people.
Yeah.
Fox
Go
in my
check
head
out
right
the OWAD Wraith game to figure out what the fuck Conrad was just talking about there.
Yeah. So, Sal ushers you up the stairs. You find your way back through the little dance hall and out onto the street. Rather unmolested. Mr. Browning
Second we're
didn't
in the
have to be
street.
contacted.
Charlie lets out this, like, huge sigh. Like she was holding her breath the whole time they were leaving.
I've been holding my breath my entire life.
Dude, we need to make a stop at either a late night hardware store or a gas station on the way.
We do have to make sure that we do not harm the product, so if we have to move some things first before, you're more than welcome to go to 10, but just, understand the parameters, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Don't light up the drugs or their people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say that the Giovanni's touch, but if something happens to somebody else, it's okay.
Yeah.
In the bar.
You purge the assholes, but keep the staff.
Okay.
God, I hate that. Ugh.
I apologize to my other players who are not present for the burning down of the Nazi bar.
We'll do it again someday.
I know the rest of the coterie would love to be here for
We'll
this.
send pictures. We have a group chat. It's fine.
Charlie will take a selfie with the burning bar.
Yeah. Oh my god,
With,
it's a
like,
screaming
Luke and Delia in the
child.
background.
And then
Oh, the running kid.
Yeah.
No, it's just
Wearing
gonna
a Dead
be
Kennedy
like
shirt.
the picture of the kid in front of the burning house, just making that face like there was a spider. There's not anymore.
There was a Nazi. There isn't anymore.
Oh, if you just put a little bit of text over it, we'll send it to Danny. It'll be. We should make this. I'll Photoshop this.
Listen,
We'll figure it out. We'll do it.
if they didn't want their bar to burn down, they shouldn't have made it out of wood.
I shouldn't have put Nazis in it, but yeah, the wood
I was
thing's
gonna say
smart
they should have
too.
made it out of Nazis.
You know, it's
Nazis burn
also
why?
made
'Cause
out
they're
of
made of
wood.
wood.
Nazis.
Otherwise, why would they light on fire so well?
That's
If
why
the
you brought-
Nazi floats, then it's the same weight as a duck. Which means it's made of wood.
Which
You can burn them.
Burn 'em!
Wow.
Oh my god.
That is a sequence of mental, like, through lines I never expected to ever have in my life.
You're welcome.
But I'm not upset about it.
Oh my god.
Wow. All right.
Hey, do you think that town car is still around? Do you think it like creepily stalked you and waited for you around the block or something?
I don't think. So I look around to see if the town car is still.
You didn't
Or
get
we just
that
kinda
many
sat and waited.
successes.
Okay.
You got enough
Like,
to get
no.
half off and him to be very happy about it.
Yeah.
But as soon as you leave the presence of somebody, your presence is not as powerful.
Okay. So it's like, no, we gotta get another one.
Sorry, I was
Do you want me
just
to do it
poking-
again?
Poking a little fun, but yeah, you should definitely do it again. It's very impressive. It's not my
Okay.
thing. It's like the middle of the night, right? And there's like no one here, and yet I feel like you could.
Are
summon
there
them.
like cabs going by? Like, is there any traffic where we are? Or is
It's
it just really
later
kinda
at night.
quiet?
It's like 10:30ish at this point, maybe close to 11.
I stole a car once. We could do that. I would prefer not to drive at least.
There's one of us must have a credit card.
Oh, Danny gave me hers,
Okay. Do you
or I
have
took
Uber?
it. One of those. We have one.
Either someone uses Uber or I'm calling Steve.
Oh my god, no, that poor boy. Let's just call Uber. Danny's account is connected already. She's gonna start calling, putting in for a route.
I'm just gonna roll a die to see what happens.
Oh no.
Oh.
Okay. Basically, I want there to be a 1 in 10 chance that Steve shows up regardless of what Uber you use.
The mechanic is beautiful.
Just by sheer mechanics of fate. I'll let the dice decide that one.
Oh my god.
A simple town car pulls up with the little Uber light in the front window. Actually, it's got the lift light and the Uber sticker. One of those cars that signed up for as many as possible and takes whatever job is being done. Pulls up in front. A nice Denise is currently your driver. Doors are unlocked. It's a spacious town car. It's like the three of you could sit across the back without sitting on top of each other, kind of a vehicle.
Thankfully, we don't have body odor. So.
It's got the back seat of a Buick, in terms of size. So, no, just because it's called Uber does not mean it's a Nazi lift. Stop it.
We can't burn the cars
Stop
too.
it. Don't burn the cars too.
Next episode, we
No, we
take
just-
on Uber.
Looks in
Drive
the back.
car into the bar. It's perfect.
She leans over the seat, looking over her shoulder. If you need any, there's There's water's in the middle console if you get thirsty.
Dang.
And the blinker clicks.
I'm
Turns out
gonna
onto the
like
street.
kind of like lean forward in that space in between the seats. Like, so the route that's listed is where we're going, but I need you to make a stop along the way. I'll pay you cash to keep the meter running while we go.
There's a moment of contemplation. All right, what do you want? You want me to stop off at McDonald's or something?
Gas station.
Oh. Yeah, fine.
Yeah, take your pick. I don't care which one.
All right. First one I see. And the ride commences.
Charlie takes the middle of the back seat, knowing that she is probably like the most compact, because that was always where she ended up.
Oh. There's not really a seat here, but somehow you're gonna have to sit here in the car anyway, kind of situation. Oh my God. How long does the
middle's like
blood potency last for, by the by?
One scene.
One scene. Cool. New things, new toys.
So you can feel the strength in your blood receding as you sit in the car.
Come off my panic attack. Okay.
Pulls into a bippy. BP, British Petroleum.
I got you. We have their headquarters here in my hometown.
Used to be an old commercial where they would say "Bet your bippy." It was like the commercial for British Petroleum. It's a BP. Green sign.
So when she stops, say, anyone else need anything? Snickers bar, Gatorade.
No, I'm good. Thanks, Luke.
Yeah.
Excellent. I'll be right back.
Okay.
She just says, "I need to fill up anyway," and she starts to pump her gas.
I assume he's picking up kerosene? She like turns to look at Charlie in the seat. Her hands just rested over her giant doctor's bag, just folded over.
So, as Delia contemplates this, the fuck is Luke buying from this gas station?
So I go inside, I buy a couple of 3, let's say, gas canisters. And then I come back out and what'd you say our driver's name is?
Denise.
Hey, Denise, don't stop filling. I'll pay the tab.
Oh. Okay. She takes her card out of the reader.
And then once her car is done filling, I just keep the thing running and fill up the gas cans.
So 3 gas can later. Did you buy anything else or just gas?
Do you want a lighter?
Well, I mean, yeah, like a box of matches, couple of those like the long stemmed lighters, some little those little wooden fire starters for campfires.
The crank?
No. Like they're like accelerant infused wood.
Oh, okay. I got you. Quick tinder.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Going old fashioned.
Can we see him from inside the car? Like what he's doing?
Oh yeah, no. You see him come out with in one hand, in his left hand, all 3 gas cans are in one hand because he's got his hand through all 3 rings of the handles. In the other hand, he has a small, like, thank you written 17 times on it plastic bag filled with various incendiary products. And now he's just walked up next to the car and he's just filling up the gas cans, just kind of doing that weird, like, lean over the car so you're just looking at his armpit and chest, like not realizing
so
he's up against the window.
I'm actually like humming an old Romanian lullaby, like as I'm doing it, just like
He looks so happy.
So I fight the urge to roll down the window and poke him in the belly button. But I take a moment to look at Denise. Does she seem weirded out by his particular choices made at the gas station?
Luke just paid for the gas and slipped her a 50. She's on her phone, just like nah.
Okay, cool. Then I roll down the window and poke Luke in the belly button.
of all the vampire clans to poke in the belly button to give you the Pillsbury Doughboy response, it would be the Zemitzi.
Perfect.
Hey, you don't know what all that's connected to. Hang on.
Here, wait, what? It's a belly button. It's connected to... What is a belly button connected to? Suddenly, now Charlie's Googling what the belly button is connected to, and she's like...
She's finding the vestigial umbilical cord canal. All that fun stuff. You look up, you end up going down the wrong path, and you end up near black plugs, and you're just like, yeah. Gag for a second.
Just phones on the floor now of the car.
You just like nudge it with a shoe. Okay, enough of that.
Did it go away? Did I close it? I closed it. Okay, we're okay now. We can continue.
And then yeah, once they're all filled up, I ask Denise to pop the trunk, toss them all in.
Easy enough. She just pops she pops it for you. You put it in there. There's like a yoga mat and what looks like softball equipment as well. This is somebody's car that they use to ferry people around in. So yeah, three canisters of fucking 93 octane unleaded gasoline is in the trunk of this Uber. Luke has about $30 worth of fire lighting materials. Like, he could have just gotten matches or a road flare. No. No, we need campfire starters. We need barbecue lighters.
Gonna do a job, do it right.
Options are available depending on Luke's mood.
Which seems really good.
Miami.
There's even a have a nice day Zippo that he was able to find at the front as like the last thing to get. About a half an hour later, in the car, you arrive outside of my struggle. Unsurprisingly, there is a moderately stylized neon... Oh, you actually have a Zippo ready. Nice. There is it is a neon bent sign that is shaped like, at first, it's not a well done neon sign. So at first you thought it was a red 4-leaf clover, and then you realized, oh, they were trying to do an iron cross. But it just looks like a 4-leaf clover because one of the legs is used to spin off to write "My Struggle." And they didn't get it right.
Everyone thinks they know how big words are.
Listen, if anyone's made poster board signs for the science fair, it's hard. Okay, you gotta pace that out. You gotta use a ruler.
There is a small, like, in Brooklyn, to have an outdoor patio area is pretty fucking swank, especially one right next to the building. This was a nice place. It was bike parking. It's been converted into an outdoor patio, rimmed with tiki torches.
I miss the time when these weren't a hate symbol.
Mm-hmm. You can hear noise. Loud noise. A wall of sound being muffled by brick walls. And you can see some people kind of walking around outside in vests, wearing... It looks like it... It looks like it could be a band name, maybe, but it just looks like a confused thorn bush in some cases.
Nice, happy little rabbit briar. That's nice.
Yeah, a quizzical rabbit briar, or it could be a death metal band name.
Quizzical.
You also see the occasional walnut patch floating about. They're wearing the dog whistle stuff that you can see. Those hanging out around, smoking outside, even though you're fairly sure they're probably ignoring the smoking laws in New York. Every time the door opens, you hear it might be 2 chords, or it might be somebody playing 1 chord and just having a really sloppy hand technique and just slipping to play another chord. And there's just shouting. Unintelligible shouting. Like, there's underground punk, and then there's this kind of underground punk. Technique is not on their list of things that need to be in the music for it to be good to them. And you're dropped off by Denise, who kind of looks you over. The 3 of you. Looks at the bar. Looks back to the 3 of you.
Me
Looks
the
at Luke's
trunk,
patch.
pulling out my gasoline.
You paid extra. Have a good night.
Thank you very much. I think I will.
He lets the 3 of you off, and it's just outside. She's just throwing a fist up in the air, and you're fairly sure you hear "Fire It Up" coming from the inside of the car as she drives away. So yeah, our coterie stands 3 abreast, a gas can for each, outside this bar.
Well, The last time I was here, I tried to fit in, and I'm gonna say I'm not comfortable doing that this time around, so why don't we just lie and say I'm from the Giovanni and find out where the things we can't burn are so we can get to the good part of your night faster.
I mean, it's either that or I just start burning it down.
We have to be good to our word. It
All
won't
right,
mean
well,
anything.
I'm gonna go soak the perimeter real quick.
That's fine. Okay.
Okay.
Don't you think they'll smell the gasoline?
Meh, fuck them.
I mean, the Giovanni. Okay.
So, Luke is picking up, what, 1 can, 2 cans? What's he
Yeah.
doing?
1 can, I'm just gonna grab a can of gasoline, and just start casually walking towards the building, whistling.
So Delia and Charlie are standing near their canisters, just watching Luke walk forward.
Well, okay. He's really into this right now, but maybe we should go try and warn the actual staff. We do need to talk to them before they're burning corpses, right?
Yeah, I think that would be smart.
I mean, normally I think we'd have time, but I'm a little worried about him right now. Not that I don't understand, but let's go inside.
Yeah, he's real focused right now. I don't
Yeah.
blame him, but
He's in his happy place.
Yeah. His
he
home
does
is really
seem really,
nice.
he does seem very jolly right now. Like a homicidal Santa.
Oh my god, yeah. About to give the gift of truth and freedom. All right, let's go inside.
And fire.
All right, so we're splitting the party here. I need to do a couple of roles for everybody, or at least a couple of scenes here. We're gonna take care of Delia and Charlie first. So you're just walking right on up through the front door?
Is there like a guess?
There is a front door. Otherwise, you're going to walk up onto the porch.
It's gonna suck either way. Let's just go through the front door like we're supposed to be here and be like, we're your landlords or something.
Heading through the front door, it's like you're walking through an uncomfortable alternate reality planet Hollywood of somebody's eBay purchases. There's stuff in glass boxes. It's a lot of war trophies. It's
Why is there so much Edelweiss here?
yeah. It's pictures of the Alps for no reason. They're really into skiing, I guess. I don't know. Fuck. All right.
Delia's just gonna take a shot back of small inky little vial as she's walking through the door.
Oh, which one?
Shadow Cloak.
Okay. That
It's the don't talk to me vibe. Mortals are intimidated.
level
could
1
either-
Oblivion.
It's level 2 Oblivion.
Level 2 Oblivion. Okay.
Require a rise check.
Because that's
I'm
what-
good.
things you were able to extract from blood.
It's the good cop, Charlie. Bad cop,
Delia.
Shadow Lady. Yeah, it's fine.
You do not have the hair color for Shadow Lady. Anyway,
This isn't gonna fit under a wig.
through the doors, you find a rather open floor plan style bar. There's no real seating. It's just waist-high chest-high standing tables with rings around them to throw a foot on. Basically a circular island bar with like a napkin holder.
Oh.
And that's it.
napkins.
80% of them have no napkins in them.
I was about to say, it doesn't seem like a napkin kind of crew.
The floor has a crunch to it.
I used to work at that bar.
And now it's on fire, so that's why you don't work there?
Taking a quick look down, you notice that, like, the floor is just a mosaic of peanut shells and sunflower seeds all over the floor. Specifically concentrated around the bar and those tables, because every bar and table has a small basket of, like, peanuts and sunflower seeds on it. There is a circular stage kind of thing. Like, there's there's track lighting above it. It's a corner of the bar. It isn't elevated. The only reason you know that that's where the band is that you occasionally see an arm with a stick go up, and you occasionally see Roman salutes getting snapped in the other direction. While playing this monotonous, rapid-fire, single, maybe 2-chord song with somebody shouting at the top of their lungs. And you consider it a blessing that they're unintelligible, considering how many epithets are probably laced into these lyrics. Let me see something about this, but let me roll something for this bar here.
And Steve walks out of the bathroom. No!
Steve, no, why?
Steve, we're gonna get you out of here right now.
All right. Oh, we've only got like 20 minutes left. I know you're past pumpkin time, but come on. We're so close. Somehow, I'm assuming Charlie doesn't have awe on, because it's like you have to declare it every scene you're going to use it.
If she could have anti-awe, she'd be using it.
That would be Daunt?
Yeah, that is the thing you can get.
That is something you can buy.
Yeah.
Presence level 1, it's called Daunt.
It's just like, oh, I should have thought about that. Arrgh. I'll learn it another time.
Hold your fucking tongue. Steve would never be caught here.
Steve is far too pure for this place.
This is not his party. This is not the party he's talking about.
We just take Steve out by like goon hand, be like, we're gonna fucking talk about this. We're gonna brain wipe you till you don't even know math anymore. I swear to Christ.
So you can see there's to the right, there's a decent length bar. There's a couple of bartenders behind it. There's like two kind of stereotypical white tank top, a white t-shirt, red suspenders looking individuals. And then there's a busty girl in a halter top with a Kaiser helm on, working as bartenders.
How dare you corrupt this? Titties should not be a part of evil.
Well,
My
just
favorite
not
part
right.
of the night.
we've got Zed's 2021 there. Titties should
I'm
not
writing
be a
that
part of
down.
evil. Write that down.
Oh, this is so good.
And they're slinging shots. Please make wits awareness tests.
Ooh. 2.
All right.
Yay.
A pair of you notice that one of the guys behind the bar. don't know if anybody ever played Final Fight. There was an enemy named Bob who had white shirts and a suspender, and they were specifically round. When he moves behind the bar, you can actually hear the beer bottles clanging as his gut rolls across them. As he's reaching across to get money. But you also notice that as he's grabbing money, he's occasionally leaving behind napkins that get pocketed. He just puts a napkin next to the beer, and they take the napkin and just put it in their pocket and just go drinking their beer.
Do the people that are grabbing the napkins look as homogenous with the rest of the crew here?
Yeah, they look kind of like the clientele. I mean, that's the thing. Not everybody in here is a flag-waving...
Could fool me.
Well, the ones that do are the ones that stand out.
Yeah, the loudest.
The problem is that about 65% of the crowd is rather quiet about it in their outward appearance. You notice some people just in, like, Yankee jerseys. You see some people walking around. Like, there's one guy who looks like he might have gotten off shift. Actually got a suit on with his tie undone. You see one woman that looks like she could just straight up be Karen.
Oh,
Like she's here after her kid's soccer match. Looking kind of woman. And of the people that are going and partaking of this Bob looking guy's fare, most of them look kind of normal. The only thing that there is one obvious unifying trait about every patron in this facility. You turned yourself off. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Would that be their tone?
Yes. Yeah. They it's obvious. But other than that, there seems to be a rather unconventional grouping just going up and swiping from Bob's little offerings. Back outside, where Luke has found himself on Der Panzer porch, as the sign says,
no!
as he's walking up.
Fuck!
It's got a small it's got a small dedication plaque to the Tiger 2, like next to the door, dedicating this porch to the feat of German engineering.
Yes.
Der Panzer porch.
Yes. How many are there people here on the porch?
This is why I'm going to have you roll composure stealth. You gotta keep your cool, act cash, and not look obvious.
Maybe you should have reversed your vest. Like, just wear it inside out and let them think you had a rough day instead of, well...
Nah. You said I'm rolling what?
Composure stealth, sir.
Okay. Can I choose to fail?
I need you to roll an arson.
Yeah, I'm asking, can I choose to fail?
Oh.
My plan right now, I walk up and I just start dumping the gasoline.
Into the middle of the porch.
Mm-hmm.
There's a... Caught me off guard there. Hold on.
Wish I had popcorn.
Luke,
There's peanuts.
in all of his Nazi punks fuck off glory, stands stark in the center of this porch and begins just glugging out pure fuel onto the porch. A couple of guys near the bar, near the door. It's kind of a it's not a freezing night out, but most of the people who are smoking are doing it inside anyway. There might be a few people who came outside to, like, not hear what the fuck the song... They came out here to have a conversation. There's actually a couple necking in the back. Two of them turned their heads, beers in hand, looking at Luke. Hey, what the fuck? Asshole!
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing?
Urban reconstruction.
You don't have like a vest on or anything. What are you talking about? You're just
I literally do have a vest, fucker.
the orange one, like a Listen,
Glug,
you don't.
glug,
All right,
glug,
no
whistle,
hard
whistle.
hat.
Glug, glug, glug.
You're not in construction.
No, I'm in demolition.
This place is. The fuck is that? As he looks at your vest.
Glug, glug, glug. Let me know when they come close.
Oh, you think you're fucking funny? Listen, we have a right to be here. It's our First Amendment right, and he jabs in at the patch.
I would like to grab his arm and pull his face close to my face.
Face grab.
So, like, grab arm, get close.
Okay. Please make... he's being caught off guard here. Because there's nothing more, there's nothing more unnerving to somebody who feels like they're in a bullying position to all of a sudden be physically accosted. So he's going to have a negative on this roll. So please roll Strength Brawl for this little grapple attempt. Oh dear.
Three.
I got nothing. So you yoke him in, and just as he's about to just as he said, I've got a First Amendment right to be here. You know, Sean Henry, and you yank him in.
Fuck off. Dominate.
Okay. He immediately stops poking you in the chest. Hands his beer to his friend who's standing there like, yeah. The fuck? And the dude just walks back into the bar. Standing there holding 2 beers. Old Nazi 2 beers over here.
Time for an attached retina.
Just. What the fuck? The hell's. Oh, fuck you!
better follow your friend before you get, well, burned. Glug, 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 glug.
Oh, my fucking dead body! And he goes to swing the beer bottle at your head.
Okay.
I know, a very particular choice of words.
If you insist.
Do we hear or see this from where we are?
You're just looking at Bob right now when this guy walked back in, so the door is literally open and slowly closing as this other dude is swinging. Make wits awareness tests. Let's see if you notice through the door some asshole with a he's got a Jeter jersey on with a Rangers cap backwards on his head.
Sorry.
Three. I got 3 successes.
I just got one. A singular
The
one.
die has gone beyond the veil.
Yeah, it's lost to us now.
Charlie notices because Delia's like, "Ooh, what are they passing?
Yeah,
I wonder if I can get some. How do they signal?
Yeah.
Like, how do the youths get drugs?" is Delia.
Yeah,
It's just a tug on Delia's shoulder, just going, we might have to work kind of quick.
As Charlie sees the door
Points to the door.
swinging closed, and you just see a beer bottle being swung, not like he has it by the neck. He's holding it like broad-fisted to smash on the side of Luke's head. And as that door closes, that's where we fade to black on tonight's episode of Concerto on Nocturne.
Oh, man.
I am here Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, and Wednesdays doing various things, whether it's running a show or playing in a show or existing in a show. I don't know, there's times where I just mocked and bugged the hell out of Fox. I don't think I'd call it actually participating.
do we need to jump off bridges to, like, meet the quota while Fox is gone?
Yes. Jump off the nearest bridge.
Okay. All right. I'll get on that.
Nope. Thank you.
Hold on, I gotta Google Earth it. Yeah.
My favorite part of tonight hasn't happened yet.
You would fuck this phone.
As somebody is running through Central Park, a similar feeling to what we started with tonight. But instead of running through streets of wet concrete, it's running through wet grass and soggy leaves. As just as they make a turn and hide behind a tree, we look to the ground and see a patch of flowers in the dark night that are splashed red with a gout of blood. Or were they red to begin with? And that is where we say goodnight. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us. Until next week, I have been Conry. With me, and I'm going to go down the line in the same direction that we went before. With me in studio,
Cassandra Lee.
in Ohio,
Zed.
and a little bit closer.
Dara!
We love you guys. Join us again next time. And until then, remember to always stay evil. Good night, everybody.